Welcome to the Boston's Big Four podcast. Cast. New news about music and sports every week, sometimes.
We're back. Episode 97 of Boston's Big Podcast. That's Jarvis Green's number. Shout out to Jarvis Green.
Big shouts.
And we have a guest with us, Philly G.
What's going on?
Boston's own.
How we doing?
Thank you for joining us.
Fresh off the release
Thank you
of,
for having me.
What was it? G-Pain?
G-Pain. Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Just came out yesterday. And you've been dropping every month.
Yep, every month on the 7th day.
And so you've been dropping every month the last, how long?
Since January.
Since January.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the what are you looking to do right now? Like you've put out some projects. You're building up your. You said you're kind of building up your name, your solo name. You were with the band before.
Right.
So what's the goal right now for the rest of this year? Like what are you looking to do?
At this point, I'm really looking to continue to drop music every day, and not every day, every month, and just really keep getting better, honestly.
Yeah.
At this point, at first, I really wanted to shine some light on what I'm doing, and as me, as a solo artist, Philly G, but now I just, since I've been dropping so much music, I've really been just learning a lot about myself and about my artistry. And so at this point, hopefully if I can get some attention, people looking at what I'm doing, just really, get to new ears.
Yeah.
At this point. But at the same time, it's mostly at this point a growth thing for me, because, when you make a lot of music, you figure out little flaws that you have or strengths that you have, and now I just really want to capitalize on that and continue to drop music.
Word.
Nice. So, you're honing your craft right now. When did you start making music, and what was that like in the beginning?
I've been making music since I was a kid, 3 years old, 2-3 years old, playing
Really?
drums.
2 or 3, damn.
Yeah, if you look at all my baby pictures, it's me on the drums.
Okay.
All of them. And I was performing. My father's a drummer, so that's how I got into music.
That always helps, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And he was an active drummer. He would have gigs, and he would play different places, and I'll go with him. And sometimes he would let me sit in. So that's why I've been performing since I was really young. I've been on stage since I was probably 4 or 5 years old.
Oh wow.
So have you ever had stage fright, or is that just something you always are comfortable with?
It's not like stage fright. It's more like I get anxious.
Okay.
A little bit on shows, bigger shows, or just bigger shows. I'll get anxious before I just want to get it going.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm nervous, because when you do something a lot, you're confident in what you do, but you could be excited to do something
Yeah, it's right to be on edge. I've heard people say that whenever you're either public speaking or performing or something,
right.
if you're not nervous at all, something might be wrong. So it's good to, or not nervous, but in a way, on edge, like you were saying. There's an anxiousness to make it good, to make it how you envision it, because I'm sure with experience, that things may not always go exactly how you expect them to. So you gotta bring it with you the whole time.
Right. For sure.
So pre-pandemic, were you performing at all, or have you been sort of releasing things?
Pre-pandemic, I've been performing crazy nonstop since 2013.
Okay.
And it all came to a stop. That was pandemic hit, and that was the first time I had no shows for an extended amount of time. It was different, a little bit of an adjustment period for me. Because, my internet stuff isn't going crazy, my social media stuff, but, I've been active in the scene for a long time, so it's I just been doing a lot and, been moving, and, when it just stopped, it was kind of a little bit of, not a depression, but I gotta find something
Yeah, I think we were all a little
Fill that
rattled.
void.
Fill that void. But
Yeah.
that's how I started dropping music again, you know? That was the other thing, is like, you know, I've done so many shows. Before this year, you went on my Spotify, there's like two, maybe 3 albums under my name, and they're all like a joint, like a collaborative project.
Yeah.
I had nothing at all under just my name, just me,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
until this year.
And now
So,
you got how many EPs out now?
5.
5 EPs.
Well, I
Wow.
think there's 7 total on my Spotify.
Okay. So you're grinding.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
So out of those tracks, how many of them were completely conceived last year? Did you have anything written, or are these pieces of things taken from other projects that maybe you had in the vault at the time that now you've just put out as a full song yourself?
It's funny you say in the vault. Everything that I've dropped this year has come this year, or like obviously the music I dropped on January 7th, I did in like November, December, but everything else, so everything is current except for the project called The Vault.
Hey.
It's funny. I
Nice
didn't know you
segue.
had that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I dropped one EP called The Vault, and it had 3 songs that I've been performing for a long time but never dropped. So people have been asking about them, whatever. And they're like old songs. They're kind of like,
Owen loves those.
I was just gonna say,
Owen loves those secret gems.
if
Yeah.
I'd seen you perform one of those songs and I liked one of the lyrics or hooks or something, and I went to find it and couldn't find it, you bet every week I'm looking for it. I might
Right.
DM you wondering where it
He
is.
would.
Can I get a
Exactly.
private copy? I'm just like,
Yeah.
that is my favorite thing, and it's such a smart marketing like ploy
Definitely
because
is.
people go there and they think they're gonna hear the 5 tracks you just put out on your EP, but if there's like a couple ones that they're like, that's not on the EP and I've never heard it before, and then you just try to find it and you can't, and now you're looking through all their social media. It's a whole thing. I'm sure there's tons
It's a
of
good
little
way to
tricks
get
like
people
that.
more engaged with you. Like people are
Absolutely.
gonna spend their time looking for that song.
It's worked on me. So if you got
It
any more of
has.
those, hit me. I
Right,
need
right.
that.
yeah, it's cool. I kind of adopted that. When I was with the band, we would perform a lot of songs that weren't out. We would perform a lot of songs that weren't even songs.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Somebody come to rehearsal with an idea, they would, you know, just jam on it a little bit. We would rap on it, and then we'd just be like, yo, let's perform that this weekend. Let's perform it. Let's just try
Oh,
it.
yeah.
you
Not
know?
even record it.
Doesn't even have a name or anything.
Yeah.
You know?
So the musicians that you work with, are they good? Like, are they session musicians in that they don't need to have music in front of them? Can they just sort of vibe with what you guys are going with and play?
Oh yeah, I think the people I rock with are, I think they're the best top tier musicians. You know, they all are like well established in their own fields. You know, like, you know, my guitar player, or not my guitar player, but the guitar player that I rock with. You know, he's doing his thing. He's well respected in his field. Trumpet player, you know, trombone player, drummer, keyboard player, bass player. Everybody, you know, is kind of excelling in their craft right now. So when we come together, it's just kind of like,
Yeah, that's
whatever.
great. And how did you find these guys? Was that someone you knew from a long time back, or did you find each other through music?
all through school.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Berkeley,
Berkeley.
and everybody.
Okay. Shout out Berkeley.
Big shout out Berkeley.
Yeah.
What
Shout
was
out
that
Berkeley.
experience like going to Berkeley?
It was cool. It was alright. I didn't love it,
Yeah.
but it really had some big positives that came out of it.
Obviously, like, great for networking and making connections in the music industry.
Yeah, I would say so, for sure. You
Yeah.
know, more than connections, but like meeting like-minded people.
Right.
You know, you're not necessarily going to come out of Berkeley with like somebody in the industry that you can hit up
Yeah.
and they're looking out for you type thing.
Mm.
But you'll walk out of that place with a team or like a good group of people that are trying to do the same thing that
Right.
you're doing.
Right.
That makes sense.
Which
yeah.
is important.
And that was like everything for me, for
Right.
sure. I kind of was like the only musician type, artist type kid in my group of friends, you know?
Yeah.
So when I got there and like I had other people around me, it was big for me.
Word.
Yeah, that's really important because you can only grow your craft. I mean, there's no limits, but it seems like it's a better environment to grow your craft around like-minded people. So if you're the only musician, you could get really good at music, but maybe there's things you're missing or ideas you're not bouncing off of other musicians and getting better that way, which makes sense. So something I was curious about with Berkeley, they and I'm not sure what path I guess you took, but don't they teach you about the softwares these days, right? So like I think, don't they provide licenses, I think, for Ableton, or there's certain ones that they'll teach you, right? The industry standard.
Yeah, I think you can get them all through.
Really? Oh man, I should have gone to Berkeley. Want those?
Yeah,
those are like a great deal, because don't you get them? It's not for life, is it? Or you still get student codes after you graduate?
No, you don't get student code after you graduate, but you'll know somebody in the school forever. You know, like you'll get that student code somehow.
That makes sense. Yeah, but, I know they hook those up with the stuff that students may not be able to afford at the time, which is like a huge step industry-wise these days if you have access to the software. Right,
for sure. Yeah, Berkeley was dope. Like, if it depending on what you want to do, you know, Berkeley will give you a good kickstart. Like, if you want to do production or engineering, if you don't know anything, you'll leave that school knowing something for sure. You know, like for sure.
Now, shout out Berkeley. Keep shouting them out. Yeah.
Big shout out to Berkeley.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like I said,
reverse shout out Berkeley.
Yeah,
I'm taking it back.
There's some things I didn't like about the school for sure, but I don't want to be overhyping the good. But, you know, we keep it a positive, so shout out Berkeley.
Honestly, we can get negative, too. What was shitty about it?
Nah, I don't even want to even go there.
Let's air them out.
Like I said off camera, like, it took me a long time to get through that shit.
That's fair. That's
so, can I swear on here?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
We don't have any rules.
Cool.
So, we mentioned before, I discovered you through Balin, who Owen and I met probably 5 years ago at Mass Apparel.
Right.
And you guys obviously work together a lot. So, how did that connection come about?
Through the band. Yeah, so shout out all the people in Viva La Hop. That was the band I was a part of. And I say was a part of because it's no longer running.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first person I met. But when basically somebody in the band, he was like, yo, you should come check us out. Like, we starting to get it going. Like, we could use another rapper type thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, come check it out. And then I went and I met Balin there. And he was like a part of the band that I met that day. And it took us a while to get cool. It wasn't like we were like best friends right away or nothing like that. But I mean, we did so many shows together, like over time. You know, that's my brother now. Like,
right.
That's even crazy to even talk about a time we went that cool like that, you know?
Yeah. And he's in Brooklyn now, right?
Yeah, he moved to Brooklyn.
So you've been out there, obviously, a few times. What's the scene like out there, and how is it different from the scene around here?
I like Brooklyn a lot. You know, I would never move there personally because it's like New York is a little up-tempo for me. But as far as the music scene goes, not even just the music scene, but the scene, the energy is just different. Like I was saying, like it's really welcoming.
Yeah.
Out there, you know, you go out there, whether you perform an event in a venue, block party, house party, whatever you're doing, like people are gonna be engaged.
Mm-hmm.
You get off stage, people are gonna come up to you and be like, "Yo, I was fucking with your set," and I really appreciate that aspect of, you know, that borough right there. Like, I don't know, it's a little different. It feels different,
right?
You know?
Yeah. We definitely don't get enough of that around here sometimes.
Is Boston snooty? Question mark. No, serious question.
I refuse to get on any podcast and like talk bad about the city of Boston because like, you know, I go to Brooklyn and I defend my heart, like I defend this city with all my heart, like.
Right. Oh, of course.
So I don't want to even.
Yeah, nothing wrong with giving props to somewhere else though. It doesn't mean you're shading your own home.
But, you know, I'm not going to say we're any type of thing, but I'm just going to say they're really friendly in Brooklyn. Like,
yeah. Okay. That's fair. I mean, we touch on that kind of all the time on this podcast, so we're beating a dead horse with that anyways. Right. But that makes sense. It is cool, especially, like, I'm sure you got a few new followers. Like, I think artists should travel more. Like, a lot of people try to get big, like, in their area, which is obviously important. but you're always going to be in your area, so you may as well go other places, make connections, and it helps if you know someone there in the first place, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, just finding the chance to do a show somewhere else. Did you do? Do you do like a couple shows there, or was it just?
So Brooklyn and New York, Manhattan, wherever, is just one of the places we've done mad shows. Like,
Okay.
We've toured all up and down the East Coast. As far as Georgia,
Oh wow.
Damn.
we played UGA 3 years in a row. Their Spring Fling.
Oh damn.
So we've done things in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, everywhere on the coast. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just agree. I want to second what you said. Like traveling and doing shows out of state, so important. I mean, I made a little career out of performing. Not dropping music online and doing the online thing. Just performing my craft for new crowds.
Yeah, and that's the realest thing. Social media helps and it's important, but the most tangible part of anything you're doing is performing in front of people and meeting people face to face. It's huge, yeah.
Yeah, it's always weird. Like I always feel like I get more support out of state than I do in state. And
I've heard that from a lot of artists, actually.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like multiple states.
Yeah.
I feel like multiple states, I get more love out there than I do here when I come here. But
now, do you think that as is that less to do with people here not liking your music as much, and more so someone from another place thinking like this is a guy from somewhere else? Is that
option two for sure?
Right.
Because again, I don't think Boston has a bunch of haters. I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe that either.
And so what you said, like just like if somebody came here from Virginia and killed the Middle East and you were there, you'd be like, yo, this dude from Virginia, I gotta follow him because he was killing it.
But for some reason, when you tell someone that they're from the town next to you, they're like, it
has to be bad.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
They're like less likely to be impressed by it for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but
right.
But eventually though, when it is strange, and I mean, I know, like, I guess it should be better. People should just support people if they hear objectively good music. But it makes sense though. You get yourself popping in a couple other states. Now people from your state start to notice, and they're wondering, what have I missed? Like, did something go on that I missed? And then now all of a sudden your state's popping big, and I don't know if that's exactly the path that happens with everybody, but the marketing thing seems to be just a big old crashing waves of people trying different things, and sometimes they work really well and sometimes they don't. But yeah. What are like some of your favorite shows you've done? So was it all East Coast stuff, or did you go ever West Coast?
Yeah, we never went West Coast.
Okay.
But we was about to, but it just never worked out.
Had to have been the pandemic, that goddamn pandemic.
No, the band ended. The run was from 2013 to about 2017, 18.
Okay.
2017, really, it was like the beginning of the fizzle out.
Sounds like some big drama. Maybe we should put a pause on everything else. What happened?
Oh, crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was no big drama, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
But mostly,
things don't work out sometimes.
There's always some drama that happens.
Of course.
But above all, basically, like, we were all Boston based. We were, living in Boston. And then one by one, everybody kind of moved out the city.
Yeah.
And, that was really, we were a little spread out. It's just tough.
It's tough to make it work.
We were a 10-piece band,
right.
Drums, bass, keys, guitar, 2 rappers, 4 horns.
That's a lot of moving parts.
That's a lot,
That's great. So how common was that? You guys must have been one of, if not the only band doing that, because I think Still Gold uses a full band, but not a 10-piece. Like how like that must have been
not
unique
a lot of hip hop
guys,
bands. Around here that I know of, other than Still Gold. There's a few that I can think of, but
that's wild. Yeah, how
you must have been one of the
I mean, I swear we was the first to do that shit. I didn't know anybody doing it when we was doing it at the time. Like we would show up to spots and people would look at us crazy. We never fit a bill.
Right.
That was the thing. We show up to a hip hop bill. We got a bunch of DJs doing trap music.
Yeah.
melodic stuff.
Yeah.
We show up with 10 niggas with amps.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like-
And a drum set.
And a
yeah,
drum
you
set,
put
you know,
stuff
like-
together.
it was just different. And then, you know, we would get on like the jam band scenes is what they call it, you know, like or funk scenes, if you will,
Okay.
different stuff. We get on those type of shows. We're like, we got like the funky stuff going on with the band, but you know, you got me and Balin talking about all this type of crazy shit, you
Yeah.
know, like jumping around, getting crazy off the whatever. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Did you guys ever cover Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillas? I feel like that would have been right up your lane, right?
never, nah.
Oh, man, that would have been sick. But I could see kind of that vibe at the festivals like that, you know what I mean?
man.
Right. We did some covers, but
Yeah.
nah, never any good ones in my opinion.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
So
should've
there's where the drama started.
been- yeah.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
cover.
yeah, like I said, it's different. It's, you know, 10 people, a lot of people.
It's
like different
yeah, that's a
stuff.
lot of I mean, that's a lot of different opinions, different ideas. It's hard
Yeah.
to make it all work and come together.
But it must have been awesome, like when you were at the height, like when you were making your rumors, so to speak. That was my Fleetwood Mac reference of the day. If you, while things were sort of like going at the time, like so you're doing these festivals, it's this funk hip hop sort of hybrid. What was like there had to have been, I guess, like that vibe. Like, were you guys adapting to the funk part of it, or was the funk sort of like bleeding into the hip hop?
I mean, equal.
Okay.
That
Must have been fun though. I'm thinking like the jam concerts and stuff, the way people
Look, I had
vibe.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of things that 90% of the rappers out here cannot say. Like,
Oh really?
I've done a lot of cool shows. Like, rappers taken me places. I've gotten paid off it. It's like, I can never talk bad about the weird ass jam band scene that I was a part of.
Yeah.
You know, like because they gave me my first platform to do what I always wanted to do.
Right.
You know, so naturally, if you're doing what you love, it doesn't matter the environment. You know, but you know, yes, it was weird. There was times that I felt awkward on stage.
Yeah.
I don't want to say 50% of the time, but you know, more than 40. You know, like
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling, and I don't know if this is like every festival or something, but my picture is almost like this Woodstock-esque sort of thing where like you guys are on stage doing your thing, but the people in the audience look like they're almost listening to just different music, the way that they're acting, if that makes sense.
yeah.
And that's why I don't know. I don't know if that might be, especially you guys bringing hip-hop into place where maybe you may have been the only hip-hop act in those cases. Were there other people doing that? Were there other hybrids?
There was other hybrids. For sure.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
For
So
sure.
other people, it wasn't just like you were the odd act.
No, we wouldn't. You know, I mean, we were unique.
Right.
You know, but there were other people that were unique.
Okay.
You know, in their own ways.
In their own way, right.
You know,
So
like,
it wasn't like a total shock, I guess, to the audience where they were expecting this and got that or whatever. It was just sort of a good
Right.
hybrid.
I mean, like, think of like here's like a reggae rock band.
Yeah.
You couldn't put them on a bill. You could put them on a bill, but they'll stand out on a bill, on a reggae bill,
And on a rock bill.
and on a rock bill.
Right.
But they're a reggae rock band.
Yeah.
We were a funk hip hop band.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
You know, that would like with a bunch of like Berkeley musicians that would like go off and get a little jazzy every now and then.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you guys have music out? Like
Yeah, you
Is
could
it out
Viva
still?
La Hop on Spotify.
Spotify? Viva La Hop?
Yeah.
Shout out
All
Viva
the
La
stuff
Hop.
is still there on the
All right.
Instagram, whatever.
All right. I need to
There's an
listen to
album
this.
like you if you go back and listen to that Viva La Hop album, the Viva album, you'll be like, I cannot believe this is Philly and Balin.
Yeah.
Because if you go and listen to our music that we actually make as
Oh, I need to listen to this.
outside the band, it's just like,
Let's play a song from it.
Yeah. I mean, how copyrighted is it? Are we going to get busted?
what do you mean?
Is it copyright? Are we going to get stuck with the copyright strikes? I don't know.
Can we play a song?
We've been hit a few
Yeah, if you
times.
want. Yo, the Viva album was alright. Like, it was alright. It was alright. It was alright.
Shout out
There's
that
a
album.
couple of gems in there that was.
What was
I
the
mean-
best song?
My song. I had a solo song on it. Respectfully,
What was it called?
but you know, It was called Flow Poetry, Flow to Poetry.
Let's play that.
Okay. Yeah, let's hit it.
Like doing shit. Should be on the grind. Hey,
We just coolin'
you
right
know.
now. Shit.
Ah.
Hey yo, I think they got a hold of me. I let it go, I'ma flow with the poetry. Hey yo, I think they got a hold of me. I let it go, check. Yo, I ain't worried about rejection, man, I ain't stressing. I tend to focus on progression and new direction. I'm at the top of the selection. Green cucumbers with the dressing. The realest looking back in my reflection. What you expecting? Wait, I put a lot of money on collection plates. I deserve to be elected on election day. Understand that I might seem crazy. You get the picture when you see me blowing pithy with your dream lady. And I done hit chicks in the hotel. My niggas be telling me slow down. Killing, they call it my memory home rounds. Your girl listening to motel. Coolin', chillin', hangin'. You know what we doin'. Lay your back, checking out the ruins. Psych, determined to be myself when I use this mic. Every morning waking up to music life. That's why I guarantee that I'ma do this. Wrong King Kong sing songs about a beautiful mommy, beautiful body, brains with a beautiful hottie. She had the curves like a model, but that's too cliche. But I never hesitate to do whatever she say. She the woman of my dreams, apple of my eyes. She be cutting up my chicken, putting ketchup on my fries. I know that she a keeper, a certified diva with a 4.0, but she ain't scared to blow the reefer. Woke up in the morning, told myself I need a bad bitch. Went out the crib and seen a shorty that was average, but I won't settle unless she smell like rose petals. I'm still hitting chicks from when I dropped so ghetto. Been around the city steady looking for the one, but it's funny how money changed the situation. Laughing at the fact these women think they got a hold of me. I let it go, I'ma flow with the poetry. Hey yo, I think they got a hold of me. I let it go, I'ma flow with the poetry. Hey yo, I think they got a hold of me. I let it go, I'ma flow with the poetry. Hey yo, I think they got a hold of me. I let it go, I'ma flow with the poetry. Hey yo, I think they got a hold of me. I let it go.
That's it, that's it, that's it.
And that was Flow with the Poetry.
By Viva La Hop.
Yep.
Dope. So the hip hop band, we were saying before, pretty unique. You killed it. I mean, that whole flow. I mean, I could just see why things like that worked at festivals. And this was really your first debut track, right? So this was you as the solo artist, or at least vocals wise.
So no, I came out with a blunt. I came out with a mixtape called Philly Bloods.
Oh, I see.
Yes, no, I'm not just cooked. I came out with a mixtape called Philly Bloods in like 2010, and that was like the first rap thing I ever did. Like, I made a mixtape and just dropped it on Bandcamp. It did alright, honestly.
Okay.
But after that, I dropped another tape with a producer who I met at school while I was in school. That was called The Refreshment. I don't think that's also on Bandcamp, so those aren't like everywhere to listen to. But those were the first two things that I did as Philly G.
Okay. So, but I guess obviously the tracks coming out now are the real you, as you've emerged from those.
We'll play one of your new tracks later on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're all me, but
I feel
this
it,
is the
You
current
in
me.
different stages.
Yeah,
Makes sense, yeah.
We're always evolving.
So, what was that experience like? Just being in that band, and you just mentioned like it's not necessarily the music that you listen to. So it's like, eventually you just want to make the type of music that you listen to. So that's kind of what you're doing now.
Yeah. While I was in the band, it was different, and it was interesting because, you're doing something and it's not natural to you and not what you're really trying to do, but you're having success in it.
Right.
So you don't want to just walk away from it, But as far as what I'm doing now, yeah, I like making music that I would listen to.
Right.
It's just, there's no confliction with what I want to make. I definitely like being without the band, outside of the band, making music by myself is definitely what I prefer. I mean, and that's, no disrespect to them or what we did or anything, but, music is personal. And, you want to have control over the music you make.
Right.
Not to say I didn't have any control, but, just 10 opinions to consider.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. And everyone, artists, and no offense, but artists are known to be divas. So
Yeah.
that is how it is.
Facts. Yeah, and they used to say I was the diva of the band, so.
Oh man, so it must have
really?
been real bad.
Damn.
Yeah, but I'm not confrontational, like.
Yeah.
So so I did funky stuff for a long time,
I feel that.
but
And it was a good experience, a unique experience for a
Unique.
hip hop artist.
for sure,
In terms of like the shows you did, the people you performed in front of, and
got all the experience I could ever ask for.
right.
Balin too, me and him will rap circles around everybody, like face to face on a microphone in front of a crowd. I'm not gonna mess up,
Yeah.
ever, because I've had that practice in.
Absolutely.
So
you've got to. I mean, obviously, you said you've been performing since you were 2 or 3. Like, you've been on stage forever. You've got that practice in. At all you've seen so much, I guess, in terms of audiences. Like, what is the wildest thing? I imagine it would have to have been at one of these jam band festivals. Like, what is the wildest thing you've ever seen while performing?
the wildest thing is just definitely just like the wild shit my band, what is that called? Band members, co-band members.
Yeah, I
my
think
bandmates,
that sounds right.
My
Yeah.
bandmates would
Okay,
do.
okay.
My bandmates would do. Yeah, I, honestly, like probably we are playing like a festival type show where there was like a really big crowd, and my not guitar player, my keyboard player, Deshaun D-Vibes, shout out him.
Shout out.
He got a keytar. He
Okay.
played keys,
Mm-hmm.
and he got a keytar.
Okay.
And he was so excited about the keytar because he doesn't have to stay stationary. He can now,
Yeah.
he's an active dude. So
Mm.
he crowd surfed with the keytar,
No
and he was
way.
playing
Oh,
keys
shit.
in the crowd on top of the
Oh
kids.
my god. Was it a wireless keytar? How did
Nah, with the wire, everything.
on the
With the
crowd?
wire. He's a savage.
That is wild.
anxiety over here? I got anxiety about that. That's
Yeah,
crazy,
nah.
but that is wild.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
just like one time we we played a college in New York, like upstate New York, upstate New York,
Oh,
Also a
man.
weird college.
So, like
Yeah,
middle
the-
of nowhere.
middle of nowhere college, spring show type thing.
Okay.
Place was called Java Barn,
Java bar.
and it was in a barn. It's like
I love it.
a big ass barn
Was
made
this
into
like a coffee
venue
place?
type place. What's up?
Was it a coffee place? Is that what's Java Barn or?
And I was a college, and that was just like the spot, the
Oh,
venue
that's-
name.
That's weird. Shout out Java
What college
Barn.
was this?
Oh my God, yo, I couldn't even tell you because like when you're doing the shows, you just look at the cities.
All right, I'm
you
looking
just
up
get
Java
there.
Barn.
Yeah, look
real
up
quick.
Java Barn.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure out what college this was.
Facts.
Yeah, we'll get some
And
info.
I just remember we were performing and we brought
St. Lawrence University.
No
Yup,
way.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's where Sam Mullen went.
Oh, shout out Sam Mullen.
Shout out Sam Mullen. One of our good friends from high school went there.
Shit, maybe you seen me at Java
He
Bar.
might have.
Dude.
He might have.
The Java Barn, established in 1993 as a student-run coffee house at St. Lawrence University, it is a well-known venue aiming among touring bands
That's in
on
Vermont,
the East Coast.
though, isn't it?
No.
Where? Let's find out.
St. Lawrence is in Vermont, so that might not be the same Java Barn.
Why?
I don't know.
Hold on. Where is it? Is it really in Vermont?
Yeah, right.
How do you get there?
It's probably right next to New York. I don't know.
Oh man, now I'm confused.
I just
It
remember
says
we
it's
took
in
the
Canton,
Pike.
New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boom. Yeah. We
So,
took the Pike
bro-
as west as we could go.
I thought St. Lawrence was in.
You just got owned.
I thought St. Lawrence was in Vermont.
I think you might be thinking about a different saint.
Didn't Sam go to St. Lawrence? I don't know. Now we're getting off topic.
Yeah, I don't know Sam, but shout out Sam.
Big shout out to Sam.
Tell him to send me the videos from my
But
Java
you
Bar
mentioned
performance.
that you also you performed at UGA, right? Like every spring fling.
Yeah, we did like 2-3 years in a row.
How'd that come about?
Shit, I don't know. It was just one of the dates on a tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Word.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I remember the first time we pulled up.
Yeah.
Pulled up to the venue. They're like, "All right, let's go get ready." Band goes on stage, start putting their shit on stage. Somebody comes back from my bass player comes back. He's like, "Yo, there's a lot of people here." I go peek my head, and I was like, got my mind blown on how many people there was. I was like, "Wow." It was like an event, like a whole thing down there. It was
Yeah.
like it was a city there or some shit. But yeah, no, it was just another date. But it was cool. And yeah, those were just the craziest things that happened to me performing. Is just the experience, feeling the energy, having like a great show. It's like a feeling like you can't really duplicate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it sounds like that was, I guess, gonna be my next comment. Is that it sounds like in those that's got to be a real feeling of being a star, you know, when you're in those moments, you have a crowd cheering you on. They showed up before you got there, so you pull up to a crowd. That's a rock star feeling. So that's exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And it was really dope to do it with the homies too. That was even the dopest part of it.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's really all that matters, because I feel like you remember most of the journey. It's all the goofy stuff that happens on the road in between, and like your practice and stuff, like maybe just
Right.
verses back and forth before you get to the next venue. I mean, that's got to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That whole part. Obviously the show's got to be the highlight, but everything else those are all the memories, right?
Yeah.
Being
You
with the
barely
homies.
remember the shows. They're all the same.
Mm.
You know, it'd be like the in-between shit. I mean, me and Balin did the whole album, Who Smashed on the Road,
Oh, really?
which was like just locked in the memory forever, you know?
Damn, so you guys were recording while you were moving around?
Yeah.
What was that like?
That's
Did you guys
awesome.
have to come up with like a bunch of different recording spots, like with clothes or whatever? Did you have nice padding with you?
Shit, no. I mean, the quality on the album sucks. Like,
Oh, really?
you know, so, nah, we just did that
Yeah,
shit.
this album sucks.
Yeah, now the album is a vibe.
The
for
album is
sure,
not
but
bad.
like the quality, you know, is like definitely on the road type shit.
Yeah.
I
We
feel
got a
it.
song called On the Road on the album and shit.
Okay.
It's just like, yeah, nah, but it was ill.
Fire.
Yeah.
Foyer.
So what's the next project coming out?
Shit, I don't even know.
Okay.
You know, I'll pick in like a week.
Oh, all right.
I'll pick like 3 songs that I've been working on.
Songs that are already recorded?
Yeah, unless
Okay.
I make one that's like banging, I'm like, I
Yeah.
need this out,
Mm.
because that happens too.
Okay.
But I really been locking in with producers, really. If we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about what I'm doing currently, like I really locked in with somebody on every one of the projects I've dropped except for 2.
Okay.
Whether it be like Balin on one of them or different producers. I've worked with 2, 3 different producers already.
Word.
I did my February tape, The Docs, with Mozzie Boves. He's a producer from the area. He's dope. He worked with some local artists too.
He produced a track on your latest EP, right?
He also did my
Yep.
last tape.
Yep.
So shout out Mozzie Boves. That's my guy. I work with Flip Jackson. He's a producer from out here.
Shout out Flip Jackson. I know about him.
Flip Jackson, you know, we locked in to the EP. That was my March tape.
Word.
You know, different vibe, but you know, fire. You know, I fuck with all of them.
Yeah.
Shit, I got other people I'm working with. I'm gonna probably do a tape that I drop features on every song.
Okay.
That'll have like some artists from out here.
Word.
I might do two of them. I
Who
mean,
are some of your favorite artists from out here right now?
favorite artists from out here. Does Balin count? He's in Brooklyn
Well, of
now.
course.
But
Of course.
shout out Balin. I got to. I mean,
There's a lot.
there's a lot of dope artists.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of dope artists from out here.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna name some, I don't really want to name any. But
Yeah. No, you don't have to name it.
no, I'll name some. I'll name some because you know you gotta give respect when it's due. Joyner Lucas,
Of course.
Not too bad.
Massachusetts. Millies,
Mm-hmm.
He's popping.
he go crazy. God,
G.O.D. Yes.
you know, fire.
Yep.
And these are people that I've kind of just been listening to more of lately, as I'm like putting my ear to everything.
Right.
E. Burton,
E. Burton. Yep. He's
You know,
dope.
he's fire. I never, you know, people
I just
fried me. I never
discovered
heard of
him,
him.
honestly, like a few months ago, I want to say.
Same. Somebody Flip put me on with him.
Oh, word.
Flip put me on with a bunch of like Boston artists I never heard of, and they're all fire.
Yeah.
Like no bullshit, like all fire.
Yep.
Boston's about to be that city. I think it's coming.
Man, I hope so, man.
It
'cause
is
the disrespect
coming. I
is
feel it
crazy.
coming.
The disrespect is crazy. Out of town, and I'm not having it. So
Right.
I really hope so for the city because I do believe in the talent here.
Absolutely.
and
How
it's
can you
like-
not at this point?
It's versatile talent, you know. They
Right.
got the street shit on lock. The street music out here is fucking fire.
Oh,
the commercial
drill
stuff,
music
Yeah,
like,
and,
is insane out here.
and then
The-
people flipping the melodies out here is
and then
fire.
the melodies, and then you got just like the lyrical shit. And
Yeah, there's some dope
you got the
conscious
trap
rappers out
shit,
here
you got-
too.
Mm.
Whatever you
really
want.
every avenue like is covered out here right
Yeah.
now. So people need to start recognizing that.
Yeah.
Good songwriting too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just impressed with the scene. You know, I don't love the scene, but I'm impressed with the scene a lot.
Right.
But I have a lot of love for it. You know, there's a difference though. I don't love the scene, but I got a lot of love for the scene.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't love the scene? What does that mean?
I don't love the scene just because of like, like it's not
Politics.
there's politics. It's just not
Yeah.
quite there yet.
Right.
But I got love for it, and I believe that it's like I said, it's going that way. It
definitely is. It
You know?
definitely is.
Mm.
It's on the up and up.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's part of our role. Not saying we're doing it single handedly, but part of what we're doing is trying to help people. We're putting it out there for people to see. Who are these artists and like who's
There's
performing?
a lot of them.
Yeah, there's
Like we will never run out of guests. For
more
this
than we know.
podcast.
Yeah,
We will never run out of guests.
You know what I mean? I could put you on with 10 artists you've never heard of from out here.
I'm sure
know?
you could.
And we could
that
fill
should
it
be
all
the
up
new
from
thing.
up
You
in
can't
here.
come on this podcast if you don't give us 10 artists that we've never heard of before.
That should be a new segment. Actually, you
Yeah.
you name like
You gotta give it a
Name
heads
10
up, though.
artists real quick, and if in a row
No,
you
no.
can name 10 that we don't know, then you win money right now.
No way I could do 10.
Damn
I
it.
could get to like 4 or 5, and then I'm the
No,
weed will
that's
kick
fair.
in.
that should be a segment that we do where we have
Yeah.
artists tell us about 5 artists that we might not know about.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm
That'd be
about it.
fire.
That would be fire. You're probably not prepared to do that right now.
If you want to give us
you
two
want
artists
it-
we've never heard about, that would be fun too.
I mean, by default, I'm gonna shout out like some affiliates or like the young boys I know.
Okay.
Like there's this young nigga named OT
Okay.
who's just like fire.
Not OT the real.
No,
Okay.
Not OT
He's
the
different.
real.
Just making sure.
he's young. He might change
Okay.
his name because it's taken,
Mm.
but he's coming type shit. My producers that I fuck with, like Mozzie Boves and Shrepstar, in their whole little camp over there with Chenny Britt and Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
These are just young boys that I fuck with. I just want to see everybody win, So that's why, like even when you asked me who I fuck with from the city, I took a second and I had to say some people because it's important to just show love and
Absolutely.
say names,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be afraid to say names. Like those people I don't even know, like people I name I don't even know.
Right.
I did a show with Millies once. That's it.
Word.
He seems to be pretty friendly. At least like is willing to work with people, so that is nice.
Who?
Millies.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeez.
that was a situation. Yeah, actually, let me tell a story real quick.
All right.
Oh,
Wait,
Millie's
story
story.
time. Let's
Clip
go.
time. Clip
Yeah,
time.
no, it's not even nothing crazy. But like, I got a call or a DM from somebody basically being like, we got a gig for you to come open up for Millies in New Hampshire, Jewel nightclub. And this is pre-pandemic. This is a while ago. Because I know they're doing like rap shows now, but I don't think they were doing a whole lot of rap shows at the time at Jewel. But I was like, bet, open up for Millies, like Balin just moved to Brooklyn, so I was kind of just like trying to test the waters by myself,
Mm-hmm.
And I got this offer, and so I was like, bet. It was for Millies. I was a fan of Millies. That was why I went, because ultimately I didn't think I was gonna get paid for the gig, even though we had a deal. But I just something, it was like,
Didn't feel right. Yeah.
Right.
but I was like, yo, I'm a fan of Millies. Somebody gave me White Boy Like Me when I was a young kid. He's older than me, but his first mixtape.
Yeah. When was that?
I don't even fucking know.
Because he's been at it for a while.
A long time. That's why I really respect that grind,
Mm.
And honestly, like it gives like people like myself, an artist that don't get it popping right away.
Right.
There's a path to get to where you need to be, even if it doesn't seem like it's gonna bubble right away.
Right. I mean, you mentioned Griselda earlier, and they're all like 40 years old,
Right.
and they just started popping,
Yeah.
and it's like,
facts. Seriously.
Yeah, we've said this before. Age doesn't really factor in as much as it seemed to before. Like, it's not just people in their
Definitely.
20s are the best artists. Like, there's people in their 30s, 40s. Like, there's no reason for age to be a factor there, I guess, other than the fact that the audience may think this person's fresh, so we'll have them for a while, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. But I don't know. It just seems like
Right.
the way that the music industry works these days, it's not really age-based.
Yeah, and there's just music for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like
True.
no matter what you're making or how old you are, somebody's gonna feel you.
True.
Yeah.
I
So-
think so.
Can we expect you to be doing any performances with these EPs that you've dropped within the past year?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you have dates
shit,
set
the
yet?
Yeah, I just did a show on the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I did one on Juneteenth
Okay.
Okay.
Shout out Juneteenth.
with Balin, both in Brooklyn.
Dope.
I got one in July, maybe next week, maybe the 17th, 18th, one of those dates. I gotta check my phone.
Okay.
Actually,
Actually,
the world's opening
got a
up.
show on the
The world's
16th.
opening up.
We got a
so-
show coming up,
Yeah.
16th.
sorry,
And we
that
would
was
love
the
to
same.
get you on one of our shows coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
man.
doing show hosting
yeah.
now. That's our new
We
thing.
got our first one coming up. We're getting our feet wet, and then it's on from
yeah,
here
yeah.
on.
Sorry to interrupt though. I got excited when
Oh,
I
you
heard you
did.
say the 17th.
Yeah, nah. Shout out to y'all for sure.
Thank you.
I hope it's crazy.
It's really shout out Hero though. He's helped us. But
Yeah, shout out Hero.
yeah,
He did help us.
Hero's a good dude.
Yeah.
I should shed light on him too. Just
absolutely.
because I respect what he's pushing for.
He's
So
doing
yeah,
a lot.
speaking of shows, he's putting on a lot of free shows. So he's the guy to talk to sometimes. Except talk to us.
Yeah, no, we're actually trying to take his spot.
Except no, it's just us. No, but for real, sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah, the 17th was the last date I heard, but I think did you have some after?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, they're coming.
Shows coming.
A lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
shows coming.
Yeah,
Keep
I
an
mean,
ear
if the
out,
world's
yeah.
open,
It's gonna
then-
be a
then-
crazy summer.
Yeah, you know, I'll probably get some either Middle East or Sonia's popping, a couple of those.
What do you think? Is Sonya gonna stay if the Middle East is gone?
Shit, I don't know any of that.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Are they separate or are they together?
They're together. I
They're
believe.
definitely together though.
That makes me upset because the whole building got sold and Sonya's brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, there's shows popping. They're taking bookings right now, Middle East too.
Yeah, they're
Like,
probably just business as usual until
Nobody's going
someone.
anywhere.
We were worried that someone was going to turn it into apartments, but it seems okay so far.
Yeah. It
Unlikely.
seems all right so far. Yeah.
Yeah,
that shit's generating money.
that's true. Probably more than apartments. We were debating that. Like, I'm not sure because I feel like a good night at a bar does make a lot more money than they would pull in from rent, but also like the liability of having people getting fucked up in there like every night is kind of weird too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how it
People
works
get
out.
fucked up in apartments every night.
That's
too.
also true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I'm pumped about the shows coming up because it was so dry for a while, except Hero putting on his sneaker store shows. He was killing it.
Yeah, Hero somehow dodged the pandemic.
Yeah, he just put on shows throughout the whole pandemic. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Anyways, yeah, so it's about to go down. I'm ready. I think people are going to be more respectful, I have a feeling, because we're just too excited to be out. So I think everything will be chill. That's my expectation.
Hell no.
No.
Yeah,
I
bro.
wouldn't say.
The first night that the world opened back, no, not the world. The first night Boston opened up, we got a table at Royale, just because like it was the first
Why
night
not?
type
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I haven't been out since.
Oh, really?
It was a shit show. It
How
was
so?
crazy. I mean, it was just people are acting like they haven't been out in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Two, the establishment was acting like they didn't know how to run the place
Yeah.
because it's been a year and a half.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so you put that together and it's just like it was mayhem. Even just to get inside,
Yeah.
let alone when you got inside.
Makes sense, yeah.
Sloppy.
Yeah, and I guess now that I think about it, I mean, not to be all like, I do stuff too, but I am a vendor at Fenway, and I was absolutely astonished that, like, once everything was, like, called open, we came back, I'm handling cash, I'm handing stuff down to people, like,
Oh, it's
we're
crazy.
sweaty. Same as
You saw the
before.
video I took at the
Yeah,
Sox
yeah.
game.
You
that
guys,
my mom took actually.
that's actually unbelievable. This was a Boston's Big Four exclusive video
yeah.
at the Red Sox game of that stack of cups. Did you see this?
Nah.
Oh man,
People
they
are
were.
throwing everyone's throwing their cups.
This
and-
was Sox Yankees,
to
right?
this group of people who are just stacking
Oh,
them
I
up.
did see that video.
Yeah. And
That was
yeah,
your video?
that was my video, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
BB4
My mom
exclusive.
took that video. I was in the bathroom.
People
I came
don't
back
know.
to the seat and she
We
showed
really
it to me.
do
I was like,
this.
send that to me right now. Posted it on Boston's Big Four and it went crazy.
Wow, fire.
Yeah.
Blown
Shout out,
up.
yo. Shout out Mom Dukes.
Yeah, right?
That's a good video to catch.
Seriously, she had the perfect angle too.
I know, yeah.
Love it.
I totally thought that was a poached video, but
Right?
yeah, it's fun. It's
Boston
fun.
Culture posted it.
Yeah. Shout out Boston Culture.
Shout out Boston Culture.
Boston's big culture. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, it's just funny how things suddenly came
Yeah,
back.
things are back to normal and I'm fucking fired up for shows.
I'm
Very
pretty
pumped.
ready for it. I was
too.
nervous that it was going to be like a slow, gradual comeback, like no cash
I did not
for a while.
think.
Like,
I would say 1 year ago, I did not think we'd be here in a year. I didn't
Yeah, it
think
was like
we'd
snap of the
be
fingers.
100% back to normal, like it is.
super ready for it, and I think we needed it. Everyone really needed it. I don't think we could have done any more weird shit
Last
for
year
another
was
year.
fucking weird. It was stressful.
I'm just so glad that everyone was down and not wearing masks. Once it became no masks, I was like, I'm not wearing this
Yeah.
mask anymore.
Now
I'm-
everyone has a face again.
I'm so okay with it.
Yeah.
I did like being able to make faces at people under the mask.
Oh, that was my
But-
favorite part. At work, I could just I could be mean mugging you and you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Right.
usually I would just like wiggle my tongue, but you could probably still see that.
That's the craziest thing. It's like you're definitely feeling it when you're feeling it, though, with the mask, right?
Yeah.
But you hate it when you hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were
I was
definitely
definitely
nice
ready
things.
to let it go. But
Yeah, no, I mean, like, when you don't have to think about it, the annoying thing was being like, I'm going to get in trouble for not having this, so you have to remember
Yeah,
to have it and
exactly.
stuff, and, like, that's a pain in the ass. But I don't have any issue, like, keeping it in my car if some shit was going to go down and I got to throw a mask on or something,
Right.
like, that's fine. But it is what it is. We're past it, though. I'm pretty sure we're past it. Please, God, tell me we're past
yeah, COVID's over and nobody has COVID anymore. It's all done.
it.
It's COVID.
Except for that Delta variant that's probably going to get us shut down next year. No, I think we know how to do this now, so we're just like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good learning experience for everyone, I think.
it definitely was. I mean, now we know how gross we were. At least.
Facts.
Yeah,
I think
for-
everyone's gonna be a little more careful from now
For
on.
sure.
You
A
know?
little more
A
careful.
little
little
more
bit, yeah.
careful.
Yo,
at
it's
least.
crazy though. You remember back in the day when something hit? It wasn't like it was some type of virus, but it was what made like establishments start putting in hand sanitizers.
Was it Ebola?
Was it the swine flu?
It was something, but you remember there was like
H1N1?
something was going around, and then all of a sudden, boom, the whole country has hand sanitizers.
Remember the
That's
swine
everywhere.
flu was a big deal?
Yeah, well, I don't think any of those ever really hit us. Well, the weird thing was, my parents got swine flu last year.
No way.
Yeah, no, not last year, but the year before the pandemic. Somebody from like my dad's work like got it bad and like was hospitalized, and they tested them like for what they had, and it was H1N1, and my dad was like with that dude, and they all got so sick, and it was like H1N1,
Damn.
aka swine flu for the uneducated. But it's
How you gonna call them uneducated? You know the code name.
You know, yeah. You're the smartest man on the
Yeah,
planet.
what? I was sitting here like, hey, it's one.
You-
oh, I'm sorry, I'm being rude.
You are the
Nah, I'm
smartest
just fucking with
person of
you.
all time.
Dude, I don't know. Sorry, I'm just saying.
How many other viruses do you know the codes for?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, just that one.
That's the only one. That's the only one anyone
And
knows.
COVID.
That's
19.
Yeah, well, isn't
COVID-19.
SARS like the one from like the early 2000s was like
I
SARS
remember.
COVID-2 or something, right?
No, see, I don't know.
Wasn't that?
I have no clue.
I knew swine flu was H1N1.
Yeah. Fun fact: SARS stands for sudden acute respiratory syndrome. So, the Boston Speak podcast knows stuff too.
Yep, they
I
do
guess.
shit and they know shit.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Yeah. So hit us up for fun facts, as well as hot raps. So we're doing it all.
We're doing it all.
Yeah. Let's like.
And we're gonna get some athletes on soon too.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. I hope so. Athletes, hit us up.
You guys had somebody, right?
We
guys-
did have
We had
Jarvis,
Jarvis
Green.
Green from
Shout
the
out
Pats,
97.
and he told some great stories about Bill Belichick and shit. So
Wow.
that was fun.
It would be rude to not mention Ali Tran and Ocho though.
Oh, and Ali Tran and
Yeah.
Ocho,
Yeah, Ali
some
Tran.
local-
local
Myself.
athletes.
I'm an athlete as well.
Are you?
Are you an
What do you
athlete?
play?
I mean, I play basketball
Okay.
Word.
and I'm athletic.
There you
Dude,
go.
okay,
you're
Boston's
an
big
athlete.
I'm an
shootout.
athlete.
There we go.
Donnell White claims to be good at basketball
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. We should do Boston's big shootout. Would you?
Yeah, we're talking about hosting like a basketball tournament for artists or something like that.
Like hoop hop.
Like something
Oh,
like
okay.
that, yeah.
It's already got a name.
Yeah,
We're doing
no,
it.
it already is a thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So
But
let's do it.
Maybe you guys could combine to
We could combine.
have an event
wait,
at
isn't
hoop
that
hop.
Flip Jackson? Doesn't he do that?
He did it. That's why I met Flip Jackson.
Oh,
Okay.
At hoop
At
hop.
hoop
It's a
hop,
pretty
okay.
big event,
Yeah.
Boston's
you know.
big.
But you
hoop
could
hop.
pop in and have your section of the shootout, the Big Four shootout, because it's that big. Like,
Word.
That would be fun. I think that would be great because especially if it was artists shooting against each other, like you guys, like it's like a mini show. Everyone performs, does their thing, and then you get two people, like maybe
So
a set
who
of people.
who was the best player at hoop hop?
me, stop, me.
Oh, this is
Really?
exciting.
Of
This is,
course,
Okay.
of course.
All right.
man, who
So
should?
we-
Except
do
I
have an
lost. I
athlete.
lost. Both years I played, I lost. But
Oh,
you know,
you
I
lost.
made it to chip and was balling.
Aside from you, who was the best player that you saw?
I saw nobody. I just saw the rim.
I love it.
The
I just saw the
I saw
rim.
the fucking bucket. That was all I could see.
Oh man. All right. So we got some competition.
Yeah,
All right.
that's exciting. Okay.
But yo, I met a lot of cool people at Hoop Hop, and like I said, I've been here for a while, but I'm a quiet dude, you know.
Yeah.
I met a lot of people at Hoop Hop, which is really cool. So
Shout
it's
out to
good
Hoop Hop.
network experience.
Is that might still be going on? Someone must be doing something like that then.
Is
Us.
it still going on?
I mean, as soon as the world allows it, it usually happens in the summer. So, but I haven't heard about it. So
Alright.
probably next year. But y'all could get it popping in the winter even sooner.
Okay.
True.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Big
shout out
Four
to Hoop
Shootout.
Hop though.
Yeah, big shout out Hoop Hop.
I was not familiar with Hoop Hop, and then I posted the clip with D White where we were talking about doing it, and someone in the comments said Hoop Hop.
Oh,
Like,
really?
it's
I had
yeah.
no idea. That's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's already a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I
it's
need
fire
to-
too.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's fire.
awesome. Big shout out to Hoop Hop.
Chouts.
No, I don't know any hoopers that are nice.
All right.
I mean, any
I
rappers that hoop that
Damn.
are nice.
Oh, okay. Big.
I know
call.
M. Dot. You know M. Dot?
Yo, shout out M. Dot. Shout out fucking M. Dot.
He's a hooper, right?
Yo, M. Dot. Shout out M. Dot. He's a hooper.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
someone is nice
M. Dot, who?
from the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, we had Rev on the other day, who's like
Yeah, yeah.
his boy.
Oh, you had Rev on the other
Yeah.
day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fire. Yo, shout out everybody at EMS.
Yeah.
Yo,
Shout out
so
to
like-
EMS.
Yo, I'm gonna just give you a snack. When I came on the scene, M. Dot was the first nigga to come and like reach out to me and be like,
Oh,
yo,
word.
like, yo, your shit's fire. Like, let's link. And like we developed a pretty good relationship.
Okay.
We met each other playing basketball.
Okay. Cool.
Mm.
Yeah. We were on the same team and we were like shitting on niggas. And then like after the game, we started talking. He was like,
Oh,
yo, I make
word.
music. And I was like, oh, cool.
Word.
Too.
That's dope. I did not know you were a basketball player like
So
that.
actually, Quiz, who we were talking about earlier, is my engineer. He's now like the house engineer for EMS. He does all the stuff for MDOT and Rev and all the
Yeah.
all the
Okay.
mixing and all the engineer.
Word.
Yeah. But I introduced them.
Oh, word.
So yeah.
It's all coming together.
Interesting.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
it is.
Like,
It is
we
all
just had him on like 2 days ago. We had Rev
Interesting.
on.
Yeah, facts.
That's dope.
Yeah, he did Rev's album too. Quiz. Shout out Quiz, man. Shout out Quiz.
Yeah. Shout
Word.
out quiz.
Big shout out, Quiz.
My guy.
So I did want to
Yeah,
revisit.
so M. Dot is nice at basketball. So there is one. That
Yeah,
you
Well-
admit.
MDOT is definitely aging, but he's definitely nice.
I hear Hefe Replay's good at
Hefe
basketball.
Replay played a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
never
pretty
hooped with
good.
him.
Okay.
I
Yeah. I
love
mean,
him.
he claims to be good. Hefe.
He's pla-
you good
He's
at
posted
basketball?
like some high school highlights on Instagram, and he
Oh,
looked like
okay.
he was pretty good.
All right. All right.
So, and D White, I think, is pretty good. I mean, there's some competition out there, but we got the best one right here.
Sound off in the comments
That's
if you think you're nice
apparently-
with it.
See me. See me.
This would be fun. You could be the ultimate
I love
boss. You're just like the final boss challenge.
Yeah, with
at
the
Hoop
bars
Hop.
too. Not
Yeah.
just the ball shit, with the bars too. Final boss shit.
They did something at All Star Weekend. What was it? 2-on-2. It was like Jack Harlow, 2 Chainz.
Oh,
like
yeah, I
fucking
saw that.
Lil Baby.
Yeah, I watched the highlight of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect much there.
2 Chainz is decent.
Didn't he play in college?
I think he did.
I thought so. Yeah.
I think he did.
2 Chainz is one of those guys that like wants you to think one thing about him, but he just totally shocks you with like both his intellect and athletic ability. You know what I mean?
He's yeah. He does a lot.
Or am I thinking of Juicy J?
Definitely not Juicy J.
Am I
Definitely 2
thinking of
Chainz over
Juicy J? I don't know if Juicy J's an athlete.
I
don't know.
thought Juicy J was smarter than he lets
That
on.
too. Yeah,
Either way.
that's pretty funny.
But and then they had another thing a few years ago, like a big game with a bunch of rappers.
So are we just super old with this idea of combining hip hop and
Oh yeah, no, it's nothing new. I
It is
didn't think
not
of this
new.
on my own.
Yeah.
I thought of it. Well, I brought it to light on the podcast after I saw the All Star Weekend thing this past
Okay.
year. I was like, oh, we got to do something local like that. And then I realized hoop hop was already a thing, and I was like, oh, I'm late to the game. But whatever.
My new proposal: whiff hop, wiffle ball, hip hop. Everybody.
Wow, crazy.
So
Next
we'll just
I
see.
level.
honestly kind of like it.
Well, yeah, we'll do backyard games, wiffle ball, also hip hop shows. It's gonna be sick.
I get killed in wiffle ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
surprisingly
wiffle ball.
bad at wiffle ball too. I feel
I
like
used to be good at wiffle ball. I haven't played in a long time.
it seems like it would be easy. I mean, I mentioned this on the last episode too. I can't hit balls. I don't know
Dude,
like what it is.
I used to just like be in the backyard, just throwing the ball to myself and hitting it all day.
It's, you know what's wild? I can do that, but I can't hit a pitch that's thrown at me. Isn't that wild? I don't know what's up with me.
I don't know, man.
Is there something like wrong with my body? I think I don't have
Yes.
depth
Is
perception.
it the timing?
I think it's depth perception. Yeah, that's probably what my problem is.
How's your vision?
It's good vision. I'm just colorblind. That's the only thing
Are
that's
you
wrong with my
colorblind?
vision. Yeah,
Really?
it's more like color dyslexia, but I do
I
You're
get
didn't
just
know
hearing
colors.
about this
mixed
for the
up.
first time?
I did not know this.
Aren't you guys longtime homies?
Yeah.
Doug,
I
you
had
must have
no
known
idea
this.
you were colorblind.
You must have known this. I get confused with stuff all the time. Not all the time, but
Dude,
often
you
enough.
never told me you were colorblind, though.
I mean, how often does it come up? You know,
You would think after like 12 years or whatever it's been, it would come up.
would
I feel like
think
it has
after
come up
12
and you're just
years.
forgetting. So I feel like you're a bad friend for not remembering this about me. That's
Yeah,
how
I
I
also believe that too because it had to have come up in 12 years.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
it.
No, real talk. Like this happens once in a while. People will be like, "Hey, over there by the green tile," and there's like green and red, orange tiles everywhere, and I'm like not exactly sure which one is the green.
Wow,
like,
I had
and
no
I'm-
idea.
Wow,
Because
crazy.
orange could be lime green, green could be dark brown, like a light brown. You know what I mean? Like
No, I
Wow.
don't. Actually.
red could also be green depending on the shade. That's like how
No.
it works. But then you notice what the color is, and then then it becomes the right color, and you like see
Okay,
it
so
right.
your eyes adjust. To
That's
it.
why I say it's more like dyslexia, because it has to do with like the shade and like all that stuff.
Wow, crazy.
Crazy story. I might have told this on the podcast before, which would be super rude if we can find this clip and you're claiming that you've never heard this before. So
we need
Call me
that.
out.
I'm gonna go watch every episode now. So
How many
one
episodes
time
I got?
I was
This is
in
97.
Oh my god.
I was sent out to go. I was at a landscaping job, and I was sent to the store to go grab Gatorades. One guy didn't care what color he got. The other person wanted lemon lime. So, I'm getting them, and there were orange and lemon, and I grab in my right hand orange, in my left hand a
You know,
lemon.
I think I remember this story
And-
now.
This
think I
dude's
remember
claiming
this
like he
story
doesn't know
now.
that I'm colorblind, and I'm looking at them, and I was just like making sure because I knew I was like sometimes I get mixed up. Let me make sure they're actually two different colors. So
Right.
I like look at the labels. The one that I thought was orange said lemon on it. The one that I thought was lemon said orange on it. And then my eyes like they switched right away, like the colors once I knew what they were.
Wow.
And I was just like completely mind blown by that. I was sitting there like in the store, like, what happened? Like, did I hallucinate for a second? It was the weirdest thing
It's gotta
that
get
they
confusing.
switched like right in front of my eyes once I noticed what the actual colors were. So, I don't know. It's not that I can't see colors. It's that I don't see like them right
It's that you
away. Like
choose
it's
not to.
confusing.
Choose
It's
not
supposed to
to.
be like the shape of like the cone in your eye. It, like takes the light in differently. So, I might have like a mild version of it or something. I don't know.
I would definitely take that over wearing glasses though.
True, yeah, because I have like 20/10 vision or something, so I can see like the most. I see the bottom line at the doctor's.
If I take these glasses off, both of you will disappear.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, you're probably still better than
Damn.
me at wiffle ball, though. That's my issue.
Unlikely. Unlikely. I couldn't even walk out of here without my glasses.
Oh man,
Damn.
yeah, it's
Do you ever wear contacts or just glasses?
Yo, it's funny you ask. Today I went to the eye doctor to get contacts.
Oh shit.
I spent a good 15 minutes poking myself in the eye trying to put them in. She was basically like, "This isn't gonna work," and she told me to leave.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah,
damn.
That's
Oh.
wild.
I almost threw a fit in that doctor's office. It was crazy.
So
But
you
nah,
just couldn't
I
do
just
it?
couldn't do it. I used to wear.
It is tough, dude.
You wear them?
I used to wear them.
Yeah, no, it was insane.
Now I just wear glasses when I drive.
How do you put contacts in? Like, I feel like that would hurt your eyes every day. You know?
It's a weird
Yeah,
thing.
it's just weird. Like, but the bitch didn't give me any fucking advice. That was why I was
She was
being
just like,
tight.
"Oh, you
she
can't
just letting
do
me
it."
poke myself in the eye just over and over. And
The fuck?
then eventually I was getting frustrated. She was just like, yeah, like, we're going to have to wrap this up soon if you can't do it.
Oh my
She didn't
god.
give you any advice.
Bitch, like.
What the
No
fuck?
help. Yeah.
What? Unprofessional.
Oh, my God. I was fucking heated.
Damn.
But yeah, nah. So no contacts, just these classes. But
Dude,
it's cool because people know me for them now. You know, if I just
Yeah,
took
that's
them
your
off,
image.
Yeah.
people would be asking me what's wrong and shit.
Nothing wrong with glasses, of course. And I feel like
Do you
anything
have
touching
glasses
your
on
eyes
in the
is so
picture
weird.
and that on the 2 Smash cover that he drew?
My glasses are smashed next to my head.
There you go.
I
love it.
Yeah. They are the smashed thing.
Perfect.
So they're always there. It's part of your image then. You had to
I mean, it's
put 'em
part of
in the
my
picture.
life.
It's part of your
Even
life.
more than my image, it's a necessity of my
Yeah,
life,
you
like
have
my
it all the
heartbeat
time.
or like my brain.
Yeah.
I need my glasses just as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No glasses, I can't even go home.
Well, we want you to get home. So
That's
keep the
important.
Glasses on.
Yeah, I couldn't have anything touching my eye ever either. It feels like uncomfortable.
Yeah, contacts are weird.
But anyways, I actually have you performed without your glasses before? Does that ever help? Like, I guess you don't get stage fright, so it's not like it would
I
matter.
feel like that's a bad idea.
One time I wore sunglasses on stage,
Okay.
which is like even worse,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
because, you know, no prescription and it's darker. But I was like, I needed to wear the sunglasses. It was a festival actually, and I was super lit,
Yeah.
so lit.
Yeah.
I needed to wear the sunglasses. They like put me in like a nice like, because I never wear them, so like when I
Yeah.
put them
Yeah.
on, I was
Just knowing that no one can see your eyes just makes you more comfortable.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, all right.
yeah, because like when I put them on, I literally couldn't see any of the people in the crowd.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like that would help in certain situations. Sometimes you want to see the crowd and react with them,
Yeah,
but other times it's like, yeah,
yeah.
close
depending
you
on
out.
the show. Depending on the show,
yeah,
you know, you might do a show and then you just have everybody in the crowd just kind of like staring at you, like not understanding. Depending on your crowd, you know.
yeah,
I guess I'm speaking it from my perspective of being back in the band.
yeah.
It
We were
wasn't
kind of
always
alluding to that
received.
before, like in the funk area, where like in those jam
Yeah.
festivals.
But I would still take those awkward moments than like the awkward moments of like playing shows out here and like having like a bunch of niggas in the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
And
We
I'm
were
like,
talking
yeah,
about
like,
this
put your
on the
hands up,
last
and
Yeah,
episode.
put your hands up and they don't put their hands up. We were talking about that in the last episode.
Here's the thing.
Funny.
I'm so guilty of that, but it's more my anxiety than it is not being interested in the artist. You know what I mean? Like,
Put your fucking hands up.
but I'm nervous, dude. Like, I don't want to.
Well, in certain settings, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like, if you're at, like, a small show where there's only, like, a few people in the crowd and, like, only, like, 2 of them are putting their hands up,
Oh,
and you're
man.
just like, all right.
I've
like,
been in the situation where someone's like, "You put your hands up," and I'm just like,
yeah,
"I didn't
cringe.
want to," you
cringe.
know. I feel like you shouldn't have to ask the crowd to do it.
If you have to ask, then.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not personally, but I mean, like, you can definitely be like, put your hands up. But I think if you're just
But
like,
I always put my
everybody,
hands
you're
up.
not putting your hands up.
I always put my hands up.
Yeah, I do my best. I mean, I'm not gonna hold them up
Yeah,
there.
no, maybe hands up was a bad
No,
bad,
no, you're. I mean,
example.
it's
because you don't always want to put your
Common.
hands up. Then that's understandable.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. It
But maybe
stresses
like
me out.
hopping on the mic and be like, "How we feeling?" It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and no one
What?
says anything. I don't like that. If someone
Oh,
say,
yeah.
if someone just got on the mic, like, and they're starting their performance, and they say, "How you feeling?" Like, they're trying to get their performance off to a good start.
Yeah.
You know, you
Right.
gotta help them out.
Absolutely. Out of
You can't
me,
just be
for
like-
that, you can expect an I.
Yeah.
That's real. That's
Yeah,
real.
that's real.
And I will do it.
Imagine getting on the mic, like you're at a show, you're performing, you get on the mic, you're like, "How's everyone doing?" And no one says anything. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just deflated all of a sudden. You
I-
gotta,
yeah,
you
right,
gotta
you gotta
help the
respond.
artist out. Come on.
Hey, yo, shout out Balin, man, because that's why like performing with that nigga was so ill. Because there was no awkward moments with this dude. Like,
Yeah.
Because we done been through like all the goods and all the bads, like, you know, and I mean all the bads. Like,
Yeah.
there's no awkward moments with this dude. He can move past anything. Like, you know, dead silence. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
What's like
I
the
got something
worst
for y'all
moment
then.
you guys can think of, like that you saw together? Was was there like a one guy in the crowd or like anything like
We've
that?
done empty shows.
Really?
We've done empty shows.
Everyone has.
Yeah.
I've done empty shows, multiple empty shows. You know, like the first 5
Is that
shows
better
we did
than
with the
performing
band
in
were
front
empty.
of 1 or 2 people? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, you're good. I don't. It's definitely not better. Actually, yeah, I would rather there be. Actually, I don't know. If it's 1 or 2 random people, I'd rather perform for them for sure.
Okay.
But if it's like 1 or 2 homies in the crowd, it's like I would rather you guys just not be here.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that makes
fair.
sense.
Yeah. That makes a lot of
know?
sense, yeah.
But you know, if there's somebody there, you know, and they paid to get in, you know, it's your job to entertain.
Right.
You know.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
And not every show you do is guaranteed to be a huge show. You know, sometimes you
Yeah.
just take the opportunity because it's there and you want to perform. And you know, look at it as practice. You know, there's not a lot of people there, but you're out there, you're practicing, like you're doing your
Yeah.
job and getting better at it.
Right. It's been a real interesting transition for me because doing shows as an artist is obviously way different than doing them with the band, like a solo artist, because specifically the environments are smaller. You know, because I'm not at a level. It might be a level thing, actually. But in general, like a band isn't going to play like a really small venue unless they're doing like a dinner gig type thing.
Right.
You know, there can be smaller rap shows though. That's my point. Like you can do a rap event and smaller people with 20 people in the crowd. Type shit. It's like when I was with the band, you know, we didn't do stuff like that. You know, the venue was either full or it was empty.
Okay.
You know, it was a big space. You know, always a stage.
Mm-hmm.
Always a stage and a sound guy. I'll do rap shows. You pull up and they'll do rap shows anywhere and everywhere.
Right.
You know, and they'll just be somebody has speakers.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You don't need a sound guy.
It's just different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not better or worse. Just different. It was
Right.
like a little transitional that I had to get used to.
Mm. Yeah, the job of the sound guy is a mystery to me. I always get confused by that. It seems like are they adjusting levels throughout the show? What's going on?
It depends on the sound guy.
Or are they
Depends
just
on the
watching
sound
the
guy.
mics? Like how?
I'll never forget. Owen and I went to a Talib Kweli concert. Like,
Oh, he was so mad at the sound guy. Yeah.
like 6
Yeah, I
years
opened up
ago.
for that show.
Oh, no way.
I was at that show when Talib Kweli
And he
was
said,
when
"Get
you
this
bitched
flipping
out
the
the sound guy?
fuck out.
You were at that show?
Yes.
You
Dude,
opened up for
I
that?
opened up for that
You
show.
opened up?
I was the
So,
opener for that show
I-
with Viva La Hop.
Are you shitting me?
Bro, I
we
think,
saw him perform.
Okay, yeah, I think, bro. Oh my God, that's actually so wild because
Yo,
That
by the
is
way, that was
wild.
whack as shit. I'll say that on the podcast. I
What?
wasn't fucking with that from Kweli.
No.
That was just, that was the craziest night.
I thought it was
like,
rude too.
I thought it was a little
He was
rude.
being rude to everyone
I-
all
because it sounds
night.
like I heard he didn't even show up for sound check.
He did not show up for sound check.
Right.
It was his birthday that night for the record.
It was his 40th birthday.
It was
I
his
remember
birthday, so like, I hope this doesn't come back to haunt me, but like, he was definitely like a little lit,
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
of
and
course.
like came in to the green room and basically was like kicked everybody the fuck out the green room like an asshole, like threw somebody's shit on the ground, like he was just giving that energy out.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
And then he started performing. Then he like fucking flamed the sound man
flamed
for
him.
no reason.
I didn't even know
No
what
reason.
he wanted. Like I was confused because didn't he like ask him to turn him up or something?
Yeah, like regardless of the levels weren't perfect,
Yeah.
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 And instead of working towards getting the levels perfect, he like flamed
He
him.
just goes, "Get this fuck boy off the stage."
Flamed
I
him.
remember
And then
that.
I remember he gave this whole thing. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like I'm accountable. My band's
And then
accountable.
he gave me the accountability speech. Yo, me and my
Yo.
homies laugh about that shit all the time.
Yo.
Accountability speech, nigga. Yo, he was wildin'. Yo, you was wrong for that, bro. You was wrong
We
for that.
are accountable.
He
But
was wrong
still.
for that.
I love
bro.
that you opened for that. That's hilarious.
He was wrong for that.
Well,
bro.
that actually is like so
I
exciting.
can't
because
believe I just brought that up, and you're just like, yeah, I opened for that show.
I was
Yeah, because that was
vibing
an
with all the
unforgettable
openers.
moment. That was how outrageous
I know,
him
that was
yelling
crazy.
at that dude was. It's
That
like
was
that moment
insane.
was marked in time. It was like, yeah, but that is insane.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were like on the raised part, like right next to the stage for that whole thing, and
Yeah.
we were fighting for space because there was this one dude who just kept like literally shoving us like anytime we got near him. We
Yeah.
had been there the whole night too.
We
I
had
don't
been there
know.
the whole night, and every time we got next to this dude, he was like, "Hey," he's like, I was waiting here like 2 hours before the show. He's like, "This is my spot. It's general admission." I'm
He
like-
ended up getting pulled.
He ended up
over
getting
the
dragged
railing.
out by security.
Wow, that's
Unbelievable. That
crazy.
whole show, I was like,
A
That
lot
show
of
was
shit
packed.
happened that night.
Yeah.
that was
Packed.
I
was
had
a
been
fun
silly.
show.
I was very silly for that show. I was.
very silly.
I almost got removed too. I was like doing a whole thing.
I almost got removed.
Well, I remember I told you, I said to you, I was like, because he kept like pushing us and like, anyone who's like stood next to him, and I
Well,
was
yeah,
like,
because you were with the date, so I switched with you because I was just
Right.
alone, and I'm like, I'll just be in front of this
but I
dude.
said
like,
to you, I was like, we might have to fight this dude or something, and you immediately just go stand next to him and just start pushing him.
no, he pushed me first. He definitely pushed me first
Yeah.
because I don't
Let's
think
go
he knew
down.
we were switching. I think he thought I was a new person trying to get like onto.
But
the
you
railing.
would like as soon as I said that, you stood next to him and you were just like, you were ready, like you were just like.
Was
yeah.
this before or after the rant?
This was earlier in the night, I think.
I think this was after,
Was
because
it?
the rant was towards the beginning of the show.
But I think this was during openers, wasn't it? Like, I think. I mean, geez, was this later in the night? I'm not
I
even
don't
sure
know.
anymore. But
thought
I
it was
remember
dur-
we were told that it was over. Remember? This dude comes up from behind us because we were like talking about how crazy it was that dude was being mad aggressive, and he had just been like literally ripped away, like disappeared. Like we didn't even see him going
Yeah.
away. It was just like,
Oh yeah, no.
he
Then
was
that
gone.
guy
like,
behind us was like, "All right, can we like focus on the show?"
yeah,
now?"
he's like, it's over, it's over. Yeah,
we were like, "Yes, let's
very
do that."
wise man. Yeah,
Shout out that dude.
Yeah, shout out that dude.
yeah. No,
Honestly, he
that
was
a
way
great
smarter
night.
than us. We were.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We've talked about that show several times because Superstar Snuck asked us what the best hip hop show we've seen in was it. I don't know if it was Boston or the Middle East, but I said that show.
Yeah.
I thought it was an awesome
How
show.
did you guys get the details that he didn't go to soundcheck?
Oh, I don't know. You might have.
I don't know. I think on Twitter, like I followed Talib Kweli on Twitter, and people were going back and forth with him and shit.
Wow,
I think
crazy.
it was on Twitter. Yeah.
We should have kept it a mystery and just said that we know people.
Yeah.
Which,
Also, Lateb opened for that show.
really?
Yeah.
Damn, all these people that like I know I'm familiar with now, and at the time I was a baby boy.
That was wild though.
Wow, crazy.
That was what 2015. That was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I talked to the sound man after.
Oh,
He
did
was
you?
the stage sound man. So there's always two sound guys, one on the stage and one in the house.
Mm.
And so he switched with the guy in the house, and so he was back, like in the back of the venue,
Yeah.
The one who got flamed.
the one who got flamed.
Ooh.
And I wanted to talk to him. I was like, "Yo, man," he was so upset. He was like, "What did I do?" he,
Oh,
was
man.
like, "Is the sound really that bad?" He said. And I was like, "Yeah, but like, you know, he didn't have to flame you like that."
No, he really didn't. It was
No.
unnecessary.
Yeah. You know, he's a human being.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I say like I'm so confused by the sound job because like it may be an subjective thing. Like maybe
You need sound
like there's
guys.
just a certain level that someone else wants that they're not hearing that the other guy's not aware of. So I don't know, like getting that mad
That's
about
why
it.
sound check is
A
important.
sound check is super important,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm somebody who's like skip sound check a lot. You know,
Mm.
I would always be like, Balin would go to sound check the
Okay.
mics,
Yeah.
type shit, and I would get on stage and the sound would suck every time.
Mm.
But you know, it was on me because I didn't go to sound
Right.
check
Yeah.
Right.
to communicate in a way that's not gonna fuck up the show. That my sound sucks. You know,
Yeah.
whether that be just like in between songs, be like, yo. Sound man, let me get a little more mic on mine. So, yo, can you turn this monitor down? Or at the Middle East specifically, you know, the sound guy is like right on the side of the stage.
Yeah.
So you could just like dance your way over, have a conversation with him.
Yeah, no, that makes
But
sense.
Yeah, nah, especially if you have a band, it's like you need a sound guy.
Mm.
You know, 2 of them ideally, I think. Actually, I know.
Hmm.
If you have a band.
Yeah,
If
it's
you're
always
doing
good
a
to
rap
have
show,
redundancy.
DJ, you can just pull up, make sure the levels is right between the DJ and the mic, and then you can let the event run itself. But if you have a band with multiple mics and shit like that.
Mm. Interesting. So, I mean, I imagine you must have seen a lot of nightmares on the road just between the sound check going wrong and things like that. Do they, I mean, are they often fixed, or is it something like, can that ruin a show if sound's not done right?
It's just one of the things that could go wrong, you know?
One
Yeah.
of the many things.
But does the audience necessarily know, I guess, if it's that bad?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm also like one of them hyper-focused motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah.
I be noticing everything. I be
Yeah.
like observing everybody in the crowd, looking at people's souls. Yeah. So
That makes
if
sense.
they're like, if they're feeling it, I know it. If they're not feeling it, I'm feeling that shit.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, they notice.
That makes sense.
But you know, there's all types of shit that could go wrong and has gone wrong. The band fucks up.
Hmm.
The band's on different pages, unrelated to me and Balin, who are rapping up front. The band behind us is
Right.
like going to war type shit.
Yeah.
Right.
We've done shows with the DJ. The beat skips type shit.
Yeah.
The beat stops.
I've seen that happen at a couple shows before where the beat just completely cuts out and they just go a cappella for a whole beat. It's like, how do you...
I've had like over 30 beat stops or skips in
Really?
my rap career.
So that's a common thing.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I've done a lot of shows, but like
Yeah.
it's not at this point. Like, there's nothing that could happen that would make me panic.
The more shows you do, the more wild shit
Yeah.
you're gonna experience.
You just
So,
understand. It's like the beat skips. You gotta
yeah.
act like the beat skipping is okay and cool.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
And you just learn.
Was
that shit
this
over
in the
time.
digital era, like, or was this with discs?
digital era?
Wow,
Yeah.
things were skipping. I guess I'm not really sure how that would happen. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, just like silly shit
Yeah.
can happen. You know, somebody kick a cord out, maybe.
True.
Your
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
shit get unplugged.
yeah.
Does
No, things can definitely go wrong. I
A
guess that
drummer's
totally makes
playing
sense.
drums hits right through his snare drum. Now you got
That
no
happened?
Yeah, all types of shit.
Damn.
Dude,
Ooh,
bass
and
player
now
playing
you got
bass,
no snare in your headphones.
no snare in the headphones. The bass amp blows up on stage type shit.
What?
Ooh, I saw that once.
Dude's
oh,
playing too loud, boom, blow his shit out.
It
yeah.
blows up.
Now you got your shit's fucked up on stage. What are you
Yeah,
gonna
you
do?
better have that Guitar Center warranty.
Yeah, seriously.
That's tough.
Need that.
Oh my god, I literally saw. I forget where I was. I forget the venue, but it was a place where it was like the bar in the front and the stage in the back, but the rooms were only separated by like a thin wall with like a door to get through. That's the only way I can describe the place, but I forget what it was. And there was a band, maybe it was you guys, and they popped the speaker, and it was literally smoking. Like the thing was like smoking, because all of a sudden there was like a loud noise. The sound was half quiet because it was still coming out of some of the other speakers, and they like one of the bouncers carried the speaker out, and it was smoking like as he's walking through the crowd.
Crazy.
Some scary stuff out there, music, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, like you said, one of many things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
But that's, I guess,
That's life.
And
what
will go
happens
wrong,
with a 10-piece band. You know, you got 10 instruments, or
That's life. Things
yeah.
can always go wrong.
Yeah.
that's true.
Got to adjust and adapt.
Yeah.
We do adapt.
I think about those arena tours that the pop stars go on.
Oh
That
man,
like have like the wild sets.
So many things have to go right.
So
It's like,
many
you
things
know,
have to go right.
like the Yeezus Walks tour or the Yeezus tour.
The one you went to.
No, I haven't. I didn't go to that one because he had one where it was like the stage opened up and
Oh,
like
shit.
he like reached down.
But
He
even
would,
the one you went to, he had the floating stage. Like,
yeah, I honestly I feel like that had to have been easier. You know,
probably.
it's just a stage. Like I don't know.
mean, they do crazy shit like that with like at circuses and stuff. Like, it's not anything new.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I have a feeling maybe it's the light shows. I feel like that would be very complicated to time all the
I mean,
lights
it's all,
every time.
yeah.
I
A
don't-
lot goes into it.
Yeah, or if you had
the
one of
bigger
those
the
suits.
show, the more that goes into it.
Right. Light show guys, they can like automate the shit to the sound.
Yeah.
But if you have like a planned thing, could be tougher.
Mm.
We had a light show guy for a little bit, and it was fire.
Yeah, I feel like it's cool to do, and like, what is it, the DMX controllers, like, so you can have things programmed to do certain things as they're playing. That's gotta be, that's like a whole artist skill on its own, being able to run the lights. I feel like, you know. Shout out School of Rock. They actually show us that in School of Rock. They have a whole set of kids on the lights. So
Shout out Jack Black.
They do. It's a good movie.
that is a good movie. I think that that got me liking music a lot when I was at that age. But yeah,
Shout out Tenacious D.
made me want to start a band, but I didn't know anyone who played instruments. Which reminds me of what you said when you said you were like the music person in your group, and then you got to Berkeley and you found like your band basically.
You should have gone to Berkeley, dude.
Yeah, I should have gone to Berkeley.
Except when I got to Berkeley, I stopped playing drums. It made me realize I didn't want to drum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I was drumming up until, like I said, like 08. I mean, I always rapped, but I didn't record until I got to, like, right after high school.
Mm.
And it was because I was like, yo, I don't want to drum anymore. But I was like, yo, I still want to make music.
Yeah.
And so I started rapping. Or,
Makes sense.
Pursuing it. But yeah, my whole life I thought I was going to be a touring drummer. Growing up. That was like...
Do you still keep the drum skills alive, or did you hang that up
like
for now?
riding a bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Word.
Yeah.
So you could still tour and drum. That'd be
For sure.
fun.
Definitely. Need a couple hours of practice and
Yeah.
go on tour for sure.
Polish it up real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, we can let you go.
We put in a solid 2 hours.
Yeah.
I
2?
like that.
Dos. I think, is that the time over there?
It's midnight right now.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I got us at an hour and a half, just shy.
We
But
started around 10, right? Oh, we took a break.
we just took a small break, but they don't know that.
They don't know that. We didn't take a break. No breaks. No days off.
Wow, we went straight.
Re-record our podcast so quick. The fastest ever.
Oh my god.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. Do you have any merch or
thanks
anything
for
you want to
having me,
plug?
guys. It's been fun. You guys are the coolest fuck. What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I interrupted you. Do you have like
No,
any?
keep talking about how cool we are.
We
You interrupted him.
Yeah.
Is there any like merch or websites or anything that you want to plug?
Nah, I should though, right? I should definitely get some shit popping, right?
Yeah, we'll get you merch.
Absolutely.
I guess if I'm gonna leave with anything, follow me on everything at Philly G 100. I got music coming out for the rest of the year. I'll drop an album next year. I'll take a long break, but drop one next year. It'll be fire.
Mm.
And shout out my guys, the producers that I work with, the artists around me, the musicians around me. Shout out the young niggas coming up. Keep grinding. And that's it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on.
Looking forward to whatever's coming out next. Definitely vibing with the stuff you've been dropping lately. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys. And
Word.
shout out y'all for having a nice platform.
We're doing our best. I appreciate you
trying.
saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, keep an eye out. Look out for that new stuff.
Philly G, episode 97. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Shorty wanna hit my line for a good time. I don't know if she can handle it, but I'm about to show just so a good time. Shorty wanna pop a molly, shorty wanna snap a zany. Shorty coming to me at the party, she told me she ain't got no panties. And she don't even drink Bacardi, she ain't even time drinking that Henny. And she wavy, but I ain't gon' take advantage. I'm thinking I'ma roll up, then I'm thinking I'ma roll out. Ever since I got my door up, all these women wanna show out. Lamborghini with the doors up, 30 on me when I goes out. I shorty laughing, saying I don't brought them hoes out. I got the okay to go 100, so I run it up. Came in with my shorty and she went and pulled another one. Took him to the crib and got it popping like some bubble gum. Shorty roll a L and she gon' light it when the fun is done. I thank God for my life, I came a long way. All the times I wanna do right, I went the wrong way. My shorty wanna eat me like an entree. She just want the long day after a long day. Shorty wanna hit my line for a good time. I don't know if she can handle it, but I'm about to show this so a good time. About to show this so. Shorty wanna hit my line for a good time. I don't know if she can handle it, but I'm about to show this so a good time. Show something. Shorty wanna pop a molly, shorty wanna snap a zanny. Shorty coming to me at the party. She told me she ain't got no panties, and she don't even drink Bacardi. She had different time drinking that Henny. And she wavy, but I ain't gon' take advantage. I'm thinking I'ma roll up, then I'm thinking I'ma roll out. Ever since I got my door up, all these women wanna show out. Let me get it with the doors up, 30 on me when I goes out. I shorty laughing, saying I done brought them hoes out. You know, took her to the hole, it's like a layup. Started from the bottom, now my shit is going way up. Took a little something so I know that I can stay up. Fuck you with my shorty, I am no longer a player. I thank God for my life, I came a long way. All the times I wanna do right, I went the wrong way. My shorty wanna eat me like an entree. She just want the long day after a long day. Shorty wanna hit my line for a good time. I don't know if she can handle it, but I'm about to show this so a good time.